Congress has an abbreviated schedule this week on the Hill, but as usual, we're following hearings on both sides of the Capitol. And this includes the House of Representatives is continuing to look at how the Dodd-Frank Act is impacting the financial services industry 5 years after its enactment. One of those hearings will be a full committee hearing in the House Financial Services Committee on Thursday. And there's also a hearing in a subcommittee of the Small Business Committee also on Thursday. So CUNA will be following both of those hearings and we'll be updating you on those. Last Friday, CUNA, with a group of other financial services trade associations, sent a letter to Capitol Hill about the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. And in the letter, we urged the Senate Commerce Committee and the House Energy and Commerce Committee to hold a hearing about the TCPA order, which was issued by the FCC in July. The letter noted some of the concerns that the financial industry has with this order, noting that consumers are being impacted because they are not receiving communications about their account activities on their cell phone via text or call. We think this order went far beyond the scope of what Congress granted to the FCC when they enacted the TCPA in 1991. And since that time, cell phone use has become much more common, and we believe that Congress should take a look at this statute and potentially update some of the outdated provisions. In the letter, we also note that right now the financial services industry is subject potentially to frivolous class action litigation, which we don't think Congress intended when they enacted this law. We think they enacted it to protect consumers, which CUNA and all the other financial services trades also share that concern. So we think that, especially since this order was put out not in a normal rulemaking where there's a notice and comment period, but in this omnibus ruling where it was voted on in June and then the text was released in July, we believe that a hearing is necessary for stakeholders on both sides to kind of weigh in. We sent a letter to the NCUA about this in August, and we're actually meeting with the FCC later this month. This week, CUNA staff met with the CFPB to discuss overdraft protection. We met in conjunction with a number of other financial services trade associations. And during that meeting, we learned that the CFPB is still in the process of collecting and analyzing data about overdraft. So originally in their rulemaking agenda that they had put out last spring, they indicated that a pre-roll activity was likely to occur in October, and we no longer think that anything major is going to be happening. In October, the Consumer Protection Subcommittee and the Examination and Supervision Subcommittee are coming into DC for a fly-in, and we're calling it the Overdraft Summit. And during this time, we will again be meeting with the CFPB to weigh in with credit union concerns on this pending rulemaking. And CUNA is going to continue our efforts on overdraft. Also on the regulatory side this week, we are finishing up a few comment letters. One is going to the OCC about the FFIEC cybersecurity assessment tool. There's also a comment going to the NCUA about a GRIPPA review. So as soon as we finish those up, we'll be getting those out to everyone later this week. As usual, it's a busy week here for credit unions in Washington, D.C., and we're really looking forward to it.